green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. First game of this trip here for the Hornets. They're hoping to start it off with a W. 10 games back from the top spot. They're still jockeying for position.
And checking out Charlotte, they've moved toward the postseason with one of the best records in the league. Safe to say, this is not where most people thought they'd be at this stage of the year.
Count me amongst those. I certainly didn't. I mean, their resilience has really surprised me this season.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. We've got Cody Zeller, Lee out there with Kemba Walker. Then there's Batum, and it's Williams at the power forward.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42. And not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch four. And those are the first points of the game.
Nice hoop to get the scoring started there.
Walker dishes to Batum. Lee passes to Batum. Passes it to Zeller. Shoots it up. Batum, good. Now the thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
Now here's Batum after the miss from Stephen Curry. Batum against Barnes. Back to Lee. 6 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. It looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
On the wing, Thompson. Defended by Batum. And the wide-open shot from Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Hornets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Picked by Zeller. Zeller, a screen on Thompson. Walker against Thompson. Williams a screen. And Walker kicks to Williams. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
The Warriors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Walker against Curry. Stolen by Walker. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. There's a screen by Williams. Walker with a clean look. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. They've had a tough time against this team, losing both of their games against them this season. He said they're really tough to deal with because of their intelligence and execution offensively. You've got to play mistake-free basketball to get the upper hand. So far, we haven't been able to do that. Guys, let's see if tonight's any different.
Thanks, Doris. So keeping the opposing shooters in check, guys, they're making that a very high priority right now.
I think that's smart. I mean, you have to identify what your opponent's strengths are, and he's done it correctly.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, if you let their shooters get even a tad comfortable, you're playing with major fire there.
Here's Walker after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Outside, Walker. Outside, Williams. Back to Walker. 4 on the shot clock. Charlotte moving the ball around. Charlotte gets it back. The dive for the ball. It's stolen by Bogut. Here's Curry. Last game he had 34 points. Over to the wing. Here's Barnes. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Green. Ian Clark's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Jefferson's checked in for Zeller. Kaminsky comes in for Williams. Lammy's checked in for Lee. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kemba Walker. Harrison Barnes, of course, went to North Carolina, grew up as a huge fan of former Tar Heel Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you know, interesting, his mother started taping Jordan's games on the VCR years before he was born. His given name, Harrison Bryson Jordan Barnes. How about that for a factoid?
I didn't know that.
Nor did I.
Here's Barnes after Jeremy Lin's bucket. Pulls it up. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Livingston. Barnes has got his first 2 points of the night. Last outing for Charlotte, they won that game against the Magic.
They wanted it more, Kevin. Simple as that. Looking at their second chance buckets especially, I mean, that's where it really shows up. Second chance points. They didn't play a whole lot of up and back. It was basically a half-court game. I mean, they stayed with each shot, grabbing board, and then they converted the times they missed.
And really, if there's a measurement for effort, and that's always a priority for a coaching staff, really, you can look at second chance points. I mean, they did a terrific job of really just owning that offensive glass.
Livingston dishes to Spates. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Spates has got his first bucket in this one.
Guys, he's got the length to get to the rim, and when he gets there, you never see a clumsy or awkward finish out of him. Everything is smooth and fluid.
It's a tie game here in Oakland. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Yeah. I realize this. I realize this. Respect this here. Check. I realize this. I realize this. Respect this here. Check.
And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
We're 5-6 feet outside that three-point line if I have a dribble and shoot.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry, and tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And welcome back as we continue our St. Paddy's Day broadcast. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter, Jeremy Lamb out there with Jeremy Lin. Then there's Batum, then it's Kaminsky, and it's Jefferson in at the 5. Here is Livingston. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Clock at 4. Golden State needs to get off a shot. No good from Spates.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Buckets. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Spates. Thompson comes in for Brandon Rush. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Thompson, a screen on Walker. Off the screen. The shot by Curry, no good.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Right side to Walker. Rebound by Anderson Varejao.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Curry. Curry with another miss. The Hornets trail. Outside, Walker. Curry with some nice D.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
He dishes it to Thompson. Curry passes it to Thompson. Nailed from three-point land. Thompson's got 5.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Golden State. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Zeller's checked in. Walker with it, picked up by Thompson. And Walker kicks to Kaminsky, pass to Williams. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Walker against Thompson. That's 5 on the clock. Williams for 3. The Warriors pull it in. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
The Warriors have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
Leandro Barbosa, 2.
And he makes the first. And Barbosa drops them both. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Walker dishes to Kaminsky. That's good.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
One of the more recognizable names in the draft this year from Wisconsin, Frank Kaminsky, mostly because of his play, his terrific play at the college level, Clark.
Player of the year in college basketball, Frank the Tank led the Badgers to a chance at the national championship. They came up short against Duke, but he showed himself to be a leader and a multi-skilled big man.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Outside, Walker. Shot by Zeller, no good.
And guys, with Kaminsky, he has all the intangibles. You know, wasn't selected higher because of maybe a lack of athleticism. But this is a kid who is a winner through and through, and I think has a tremendous upside in terms of his NBA future.
Thompson against Walker. Zeller setting the pick for Walker. Knocked loose. And it's the Warriors on the break. Thompson with the ball. Here's Barbosa. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one.
know, sometimes people to me look too much at what a player can't do instead of what they can do. Kaminsky has legit height and is extremely skilled as a power forward. Won't blow you away with anything, but I think he'll contribute in the NBA for a long time. You know, the teardrop sometimes is one of those, oh no, oh no, oh yeah shots.
From deep, Green. Hornets with the rebound.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Pick by Zeller. Williams passes to Walker. Clock at 6. The shot. Draymond Green with the rebound. Green's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Curry kicks to Barbosa. Back to Curry. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Warriors ahead as they end the second quarter with a 13-5 run. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Guys, I'm here with Stephen Curry, and Steph, Coach made a point of stating how important the physical presence would be in this game. How important is that going to be for the team in the second half?
That's a big deal. I mean, just being physical and, you know, make the right plays and then hopefully put ourselves in good position to win.
You've got to match that opponent's intensity, Steph. Thanks for the time. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They had some very nice stretches of play in the second quarter at both ends of the floor and got out to a well-deserved 8-point lead by halftime. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
Well, Ernie, Kenny, the offense was running really well, and their shooting percentage was outstanding, and it wasn't just luck. It's because the offense never allowed the opposing defenders to get comfortable.
Looking at Charlotte, Kenny, your thoughts?
Well, they're facing a very hot team in the first half. I mean, guys are shooting the ball lights out. But you have to do more to get stops. I mean, tough defense is the key. If you put pressure on and more bodying up down low, that's going to establish more aggressive tone that might shut them down in the second half.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Second half just about to get going here. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
The Splash Brothers are the guards. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut at the center. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. There are very few players you can call game changers on offense, but Clark, Stephen Curry is clearly one of them.
Well, the plus-minus for the Warriors with him on and off the court validates that. It's incredible how much better they are offensively when he's on the floor.
Here's Zeller, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
That drops.
And Steph Curry, with his deep range and lightning quick release, really unique to our league.
Walker dishes to Lee. The pass to Williams. Charlotte moving the ball around. Outside, Walker. Fires from deep. The shot will not go. And Golden State will come the other way.
And speaking of Curry, guys, that quick slingshot release, really one of a kind. For most of us, a quick flick shot like that would be lucky to draw iron, but he's able to do it with pinpoint accuracy.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
They get it back.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Barnes with it. Williams picks him up. Here's Green. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket. Green's got his second basket of the night.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
And this gives us a chance to check out some league leaders, the top passing big men since we've entered the season's second half. Number 1, Draymond Green.
I don't care what level you're at, high school, college, or pros. When you have the combination of size and passing skill that he does, it gives your team a huge advantage.
Most certainly does. I mean, anytime you get a big guy who can pass it, I mean, it forces strange rotations for the defense. And he's thrown plenty of opposing defenses into chaos with his passing.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Lynn fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
And he makes both free throws.
And talking about Lin last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective. And I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
Hornets trail by 10. Dishes it to Jefferson. Batum passes to Zeller. 11 feet away. No good off the back of the rim.
And, you know, getting back to Lin, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season. In November, he made 48% of his shots, 37% from downtown. But in April, he only hit 24% from the field and was eventually shut down for the year.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And how about Sean Livingston? Just a terrific comeback story. Of course, he suffered that famous knee injury, one of the worst I've ever seen, and he has willed himself back to become a valuable player in this league.
Livingston signed a nice 3-year deal with the Warriors, helped their bench. Great fit for that team.
No question. A rare package at 6'7", who's a true point guard and extremely versatile defensively. He can play alongside Steph Curry, handling the ball or off it. And easy to see why the Dubs were happy to get it.
Outside, Lin. Jefferson setting the pick for Lin. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Al Jefferson.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here is Livingston, defended by Lin. Rush gets the bucket. Rush has got the lead up to 12 now for the Warriors. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Right side, Lin. Batum wide open, he fires. And it's Spates with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Spates sets a screen. Here is Livingston. That's tipped. Now the fast break. Lamb with the ball. We've got 1:18 left here in the third quarter. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Anderson VRAM checked in for Golden State. Barbosa comes in for Sean Livingston. Kaminsky is checked in for the Hornets. .103 left here in the third quarter. Here's Clark, defended by Lynn. And Rush kicks to Spates. Clark dishes to VRAM. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot. Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but well, I'll tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. In the pass to Batum. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Kaminsky sets the pick for Lamb. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, you've got to make sure your feet are set when you set those screens, or they're going to call that on you.
Well, I thought maybe he was set. I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think they might have missed that one.
Outside Curry. And that one's good. Curry's got 6 here in this quarter.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Warriors on top, up by 12. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Here's Walker. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Kemba Walker is out there with Lee. Then it's Williams. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Batum in at the 3 slot. Back to Walker. He feeds it to Kaminsky. That's good. Kaminsky's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Hornets.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Curry kicks to Green. Green with a screen on Batum. Curry against Walker. 6 to shoot. Inside. Here's Bogut. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight. Hornets trail by 12. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. He hasn't been happy with their shot selection. He told them, we're forcing things out there, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, work for the open shot in the flow of our offense. We'll see if they heed that advice, Kevin.
Lee kicks to Walker. Outside, Batum. And there's the feed to Zeller. Great D that time from Green.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that. Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Feeds it to Walker. Jacks up a three, and that one's good. Walker's got it back down to within single digits for the Hornets.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
We've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Outside Curry. Fires from deep. They get it again. Green. Williams with the block. They get it back. They recover it. Now here's Walker. Picked by Williams. Walker goes in. Again, the miss by Walker.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Stephen Curry. Coach reminded his guys that he is the centerpiece of their offense, and he's the one they want with the most freedom to operate. Guys, they're operating under the principle that it's never too late to fine-tune the game plan. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Nobody near Williams. No good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Curry dishes to Thompson. He kicks it to Barnes. Green inside. He's covered by Zeller. And he gets the bucket. 9 points for Draymond Green.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
Lee passes to Zeller. Williams a screen. Zeller inside. Bogut on him. Pass to Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go from 14. Charlotte no good that time either.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor. And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Warriors.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
And you have to love the effort this team plays with night in and night out, win after win this year, and they have earned it. Tonight will make it 62 wins on the year for them.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
Well, once they'd taken the first 2 from them, you could just sense how this one was going to go.
And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark. Once again, another great performance for Stephen Curry. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Now Lynn. Screen by Jefferson. Lynn kicks to Jefferson. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Balanced scoring, Clark, for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watch it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively.
The dish to Lynn. Jefferson setting the pick for Lynn. He took good advantage of that screen.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Barbosa with it. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. As a unit, the team seemed to have a cohesive approach out there. How important was the lift you got from the bench?
Just do it as a team. You know, it's not an individual effort. We're a real deep team this year. We got a lot of guys who would start on some good teams, so we just did it collectively.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry. He had a nice surge to start the second half, hitting his first 3 shots.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. It's hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.